of animals, human-animal interaction relationship, how we treat animals, how we view animals, how we are animals. And so that way the students could come up with a wide variety of interpretations of that theme, but also have it narrowed on that one concept. The goal for the class is for the students to completely, from start to finish, conceive, create, curate, and install a group exhibition in the span of just 8 to 12 weeks. So from the very first class, the students come up with a theme, and then they work on individual projects based on that theme. Some artists that are doing portraits, some that are doing still life, some that are doing documentary.
For this particular project of animals, I decided to do a still life project. I feel that still life is a great way to convey ideas. You know, as humans, we have found ways to mass produce these foods that only lead to us being inhumane to our bodies. And so this work is really just a call for conservation and awareness, social awareness of ourselves, but also the animals that we share this planet with.
My motivation to the project would be just the connection to have with animals. For people that are like out there, they look to the animals as a friend. My photos represent the human-animal interaction.
The way that my photos represent the human-animal relationship is just how animals can be used through the healing process. I went out to Selma, Texas to the satellite ranch and just showed the interaction between horses and how they're used for therapy.
What began my whole project was that there was actually similarities within her and with her pet. And we were to see the animal and then see the owner and then be able to go back to the animal and see like if they can pick out the similarities and the emotions and kind of physical aspect of that.
When we were presented with this project, I've had this idea for a while of taking the Lost Boys from Peter Pan, or just classic things from childhood and just progressing it. So like with these Disney characters, they're young and they're innocent and they're free. If they were to grow up in our world where things aren't so Disney and things aren't so happy, they'd probably end up like that animal in the corner. So I try to portray this like, not too ferocious or too feral, but just like these instinctive kind of men in these characters.
I picked chickens as my subject matter for this exhibition because I used to raise chickens, and I find them very interesting animals, and it's something that we use pretty much every day in our lives. And if we are what we eat, and we eat chickens or we eat eggs, then we too are of chicken.
This series is images of humans being restrained by tools that we use to restrain animals. It's basically the human restrains the animals, so therefore I'm turning it around, and now the humans are being restrained by the equipment they use on an animal.
My motivation for this project came from a collection of animal bones that I've had for a while, and they really intrigued me, so I wanted to photograph them in a way that was meaningful. My idea came from the fact that humans really separate themselves from animals. We consider ourselves superior, we consider ourselves different, and so even though the surface of my photographs really just show structural differences and our body differences and similarities as well, is to spark the idea that we share a lot of similarities with animals, from emotions to symbols, communication. We really are all animals.